Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to bring you the final game between Fnatic and Virtuous Pro for the Defense 3 Grand Final. Winner of this game takes home $10,000. Second place takes home 5, and then the consolation match already was played out. So this is it for the Defense 3. One of the most prestigious online DotA tournaments, or DotA 2 tournaments there is. Anyways, let's jump right into this draft. We see Fnatic as first pick, and Dire. So I'm guessing they're not playing on the server of their choice, but they decided to ban out the Nyx Assassin and the Nyx Assassin and the Darkseer. And if anything has been told from the last 2 games, Fnatic is going to pick up a Puck, because that Puck has been doing so much work for them. Meanwhile, VP ban out the Chen, like I said, they probably should, and the Wisp. So, I mean, you've got a Keeper of the Light you can pick up here. VP will most likely be picking up the Keeper of the Light and the Coddle next, if they pick up a Puck here. So it'll be pretty interesting to say the very least. So actually, there's a lot of little options here, because they can go for the Batrider, give away the Puck. Well, pretty much every situation ends up the same, since VP has 2 picks. Unless Fnatic go ahead and pick up the Keeper first, but then VP would pick up both the Bat and the Puck. This is a very interesting situation now, because you'd say like, oh, just pick up the Puck, easy. But then you leave the. Okay, so there you go. You just pick up the Puck regardless. What means VP is probably going to do now is pick up the Lancer and the Coddle low, which means we're going to have one of those games where the offlane is going to have the worst time of the everything. And typically when you want to play against the PA, or PL, sorry, not PA, when you play against the PL, you want to have, or you want to put some aggression on him. Even though that Spirit Lance does a lot. Ooh, actually, never mind. They go for the Batrider and the Nature's Prophet. It's pretty much a dead repeat of last game. I wonder if VP just thinking they got outplayed, or if it was what I think, which is they just got outdrafted. Fnatic's specific draft works perfectly against VP's last lineup, at least in the last game. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here, to say the very least.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds.
5 seconds
before we start going into the bonus time. I think that they actually do, while there's still a Coddle and a PL in this pool, I think that there's still the distinct possibility of Era and Fly going for. There's the Keeper of the Light at the very least. I think they're just deciding whether they want to go for the PL now, or if they want to pick up another support. Pick up something. Nope, there's the PL. Alright, so on the side of Fnatic, we're going to have a Cancer Lancer game. And there's the Gyrocopter. Alright, so this is actually going to turn out to be really interesting. VP, if you watched game 1, I didn't stream it out, but Toby did, and I have no idea why he switched from Toby's stream to my stream. But at the same time, if you watch game 1, VP just destroyed with the Gyrocopter. And game 2, yeah. Game 2 they still did really good with it too. I just feel like it's Illidan's hero, to be perfectly frank. It just fits his playstyle. Just this insane AoE damage. Kind of no focus needed, just kill everything style. Like, because what you can do is you can just put the flak cannon on, attack whatever Batrider's lassoing, and then just kill everything else around the lasso target, which I think is really, really cheeky, to say the least, but it's still cool. Tinker gets banned out. Don't know why. I actually just don't. I feel like Puck will go in the mid lane this game, against the Batrider. Just be. I think the only reason why I went for the other lineup was. I don't know, actually. Find out. Maybe they'll ban a Storm here, just because they're worried about it. A repeat of last game, anyways. But we'll find out. So my guest bans would be something like, let's see, what works well with a PL? Oh, I'd be guessing Fnatic really should ban out a Shadow Demon. Once again, for the same reason I said in game number 2, for setting up the gyrocopter, but they banned out the Lone Druid. Alright, good, just a good offlaner. But they really need to ban out the Shadow Demon. That disruption with the Rocket Barrage is way too much damage, and or the Soul Catcher. Not to mention, it just works so well with everything. But I think they actually want it because they're dealing with Backrider. This would be really interesting. And I also think they can get away with the Bounty Hunter pickup for their offlaner. There's the Magnus ban. All right, that's fair enough. It's offlane. It would have been like offlane Prophet mid Magnus, then Backrider in the defensive jungle with a Gyro and someone else. So, oh yeah, they have first pick, so I think they're gonna pick up a Shadow Demon and a Bounty Hunter as their last 2 picks. Trixie, back when he was on Mouse, used to play Bounty Hunter all the time. I really enjoyed it back then. He's just a generally good bounty player. We'll see. We'll see indeed. There is the Beastmaster ban, so once again another good offlaner, stacking actions, team fight control. Could have roared up either with the Gyro or the Batrider. I still feel like you don't see enough Beastmaster middle in European Dota. I see him quite a bit, or every once in a while in Southeast Asian and Chinese Dota, or whenever LGD plays. But LGD CN, anyways. But regardless.
10 seconds remaining.
But regardless, let's see what Fnatic pick up. It's going to be
remaining.
the Shadow Demon. And there it is. I swear.
Radiant team pick.
I think that's just a great pick. I mean, you can disrupt the Phantom Lancer if you need him, and if you need more of him. And I think the Shadow Demon's Phantom Lancer, I'm probably wrong on this, but the Shadow Demon's Phantom Lancer illusions can create illusions, but that aren't linked to the juxtapose of the actual Phantom Lancer in your team, so you can have twice as many Phantom Lancer illusions, even though the Phantom Lancer illusions from the Shadow Demon would be the Shadow Demons would be weaker, I believe. Still, really cool. Really cool to think about. I mean, just think about that potential army from the Phantom Lancer. Just so many illusions, and all stealing so much mana. Still think a Bounty Hunter would be a great pickup for Fnatic, because the KSI has shown he does enjoy his Shadow Blade. Also, Illidan's shown he's enjoyed his Shadow Blade. And if you can just get the tracks off and just give yourself the extra movement speed, especially considering Call Down exists, just give yourself the extra movement speed inside of Call Down. If you get called down upon. Not to mention, it would give some great chasing ability for the Phantom Lancer illusions and for Puck. Giving the extra vision so you can get the crazy snipe offs with the long distance illusionary orbs. But VP, not actually sure what they can go for here. I get Rubik's out of the pool. They need a stun. They need just like a good setup stun. And Shadow Demon's out of the pool, so I'm guessing they might even go something like a VS. VS Gyro is not bad by any extent of the imagination. And then Lestrak. Actually, this would be really interesting if they go for a VS, Lestrak, Gyrocopter, Tri-Lane. They could even run that aggressive then. But there is a Keeper of the Light and a Shadow Demon, so I don't know why you'd want to do that, because the rule of thumb is you don't run aggressive Tri-Lanes against Keeper of the Light, because he can illuminate from his tower and kill everybody. And then that's how he works. So, I mean, good stun is growth of his Chalker, which now requires like 3 levels to be properly safe with. Or infinite mana status with.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
So, last pick. It's going to be their offlaner. Still, I think it's going to be the Bounty Hunter, because, I don't know, I think it'd just be a good pick. But let's see what they decide to go.
10 seconds
Only
remaining.
10 seconds left. And we will find out. That is a retro pick. And an awful pick. I am sorry, Fnatic, but there is a gyrocopter on the field. And I'm not sure if you know this about gyrocopter, but he does things that you will not be happy with. Like, you know, using flat cannon to kill every single one of your spiders. But if you want to talk about old Trixie heroes, and there's the VS I was talking about, the VS setup for the little shock stun into the rocket. That is just a crazy strong lane, not to mention the Vengeance Aura doing crazy amounts to help out Gyro's damage and the Nature's Prophet damage. But if you want to talk about retro heroes from Trixie, back when he was on Mouse, that was when he was back even before 1437 was on Mouse. God, we're talking a long time ago. But back in the days when their Mouse's key things was first banning Lich and first picking Broodmother. Like, this is how far ago we're talking, and that was Trixie's hero, was he would play the Broodmother every game. Remaining. So let's see what he does. Yeah, let's see if he still got it in him. Ooh, very zoomed in. Anyways, let's go over who's playing what. Trixie.
Better get ready.
Gonna be playing the Broodmother. Ani on the puck for the third game in the row. No Tail on the Shadow Demon. Always want to fly or fly. On no, it's not always want to fly. Just God, I'm sorry. But anyway, so fly on the Keeper of the Light. Era on the Phantom Lancer. No real surprise there. Anyways, puck going in the middle lane, and then Trixie on the bottom lane. I'm already buying sentries to help counter ward the eventual counter wards. We've got KSI, I don't know his Prophet again. TMW on the Bat Rider. Let's track with Observers and Sentries, played by NS for the second game in a row. And where's the VS? VS being played by Smilvik, the new VS. Very, very bright. I don't know. I can't think of adjectives right now. And then Gyrocopter being played once again by Eldon. Actually going for boots and tangos first. Pretty smart considering the incapacitating bite. It just slows you down so much. So if he fears something like that will happen, and he misses one tree. But still, that's pretty much the perfect. I think that's the most amount of trees you can get. And there's the sentry.
Please.
And I think if Trixie was paying attention, he would have seen that sentry was just dropped. And there's a haste rune, so this is looking like a big first blood attempt. Yup, backed up right away. Yeah, because they have the ward there. So he's like, oh, they must have a ward. Yeah. Runs right on by. Sentry ward. Not wasted, but certainly gonna give Trixie a bit of a headache right now.
Don't burn your fingers.
Meanwhile, mid we see that actually with TMW had a better block, so he's managed to accrue a couple earlier last hits. At the same time, Era just gonna have a grand old time farming up on this top lane. This is the proper thing you're supposed to do. Is pretty much as dire or as Radiant going against a Phantom Lance in this position, just abandon the lane. Like you're not gonna get anything done against this. Like, even though you'd be like, oh my god, he's pretty low, but it doesn't matter. He's got Juxtapose and or Doppelwalk. Juxtapose is his key. But yeah, I mean he's gonna get his tranquils up pretty soon, and then he's just gonna have the grandest of times. Shoot the spiders! Shoot the babies! Oh, there's no babies. Alright, because on the side. Anyways, looks like Smovik's just, you know, doing standard pulling. Little pulling action. Stacking, doing the pulling. Stacking, pulling. Trying to get the next wave too. And he will be successful in doing so. So it looks like Trixie is just going to be staying at level 1 for a very long time. Did manage to counter ward, but at the same time, the creeps just aren't with him, for lack of better words. Like they're just not nearby. And actually, yeah, it looks like he's counter warded both wards. So yeah, trading some sentry wards on bottom with Trixie coming out on top. so well played by him. But looks like Era's just gonna go ahead and push out this bottom, or this lane, while still getting every single last hit because it's Era. Fantastic player.
Radiant's top towers.
And looks like Nature's Prophet gonna come on in, do what he can. But at the same time, if he gets like anywhere close to this, he's just gonna find a nice little lance right on front of his face. Should be coming out. Yep, there we go.
First blood, folks.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I missed first blood down on the bottom lane. Trixie dying. They bought another. They had another sentry ward, and they managed to pick him off with relative ease. Just rocket barrage with the edict and the goodness. But he's gonna be able to get some much needed EXP now. Actually, Coddle coming in to help with the counter push instead of pushing out on the top lane, makes it so that actually another stun just gonna be annoying. But it does make it so Trixie can get up to almost level 3. Dying once, and I don't like this pick. I'm sorry, Fnatic, but we played 2 such amazing games with Trixie on an active hero. Now you're giving him a Broodmother. Like, I don't understand. Anyways, mid lane. Actually, Batrider. Holy crap! I was like, oh, you know, gonna average middle lane, but no, Batrider doing amazing in this lane. Just completely outclassing Hani. Hani managing to only get 10 last hits, whereas Batrider's at 27. So really well played by the Bat. Yeah, that's just surprising, actually. Trixie managed to gain a couple last hits. So this game is now on Era's shoulders. The Gyro and the Bat both have complete and total free farm. The Prophet's farming up in the woods just fine. Cuddle and let's just compare the offlaners. Nature's Prophet, level 5, 900 gold from a Midas at 5 minutes. Very well played. Trixie, level 3, with nothing. I just don't understand. There was a bounty hunter in the pool. Why didn't you just go for that? Trixie is much better on active heroes. And yeah, even though he did play a lot of Broodmother, it has. It just see, there was a gyrocopter and a Leshrac already on the field. This Leshrac was going for. Oh right, no, those not the. But look, he's just like look. This fly cannon is just zoning him out so well, and that's already 1 tower going down, and soon to be more. And that's it's just depressing to watch. Because it's these little drafting decisions that are like the hardest to watch, because it stays for the entire game. It's not just like, oh, this one game, or this like right now it's gonna suck. It's like, this is for the next 50 minutes. This is your terrible decision that's going to stick with you, and I'm going to laugh so hard if this Broodmother pick ends up paying off, because right now it's looking to really do nothing at all. Meanwhile, you notice that the supports are all underfarmed. No.
Just couldn't save that bottom tower.
Looks like you know, they're keeping up for the most part. The supports are dead even on both sides, but it's just the fact that this Prophet's pretty much level 6, and this Broodmother just hit 4, and nope, he's okay. So he's gonna get some room now, which is exactly what he needs to get going, to do anything really. He just needs room. Puck didn't manage to hit 6. So he does have that on his side. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer just farming up. Already has. Oh, he's going for Yasha first. I suppose that works. I'm not gonna say it's bad. The faster you get a diffusal, the quicker you can participate in fights. But it looks like this is gonna be Era's gonna farm all game. And once again, nothing wrong with that. What's the Coddle coming out to him? Oh, just a deep whisper. Nothing special. Mid. Still Hani, just trying to do the best he can. Catching him a tad, but still 20 last hits behind the Batrider. Batrider having a much better game than he did last time. He's not just constantly getting picked off. And I believe that's his blink actually. It is his blink dagger, and it is also his full magic stick. So my guess is that TMW is gonna wait for this blink to come. He's gonna pull him back. And then they're gonna go for a nice. Yep, and there's the blink, and there's the stun, there's the edict, and there's the dead person. So it's a very sad and a very dead Puck, but it happens. VP now leading this 2-0. Fnatic not looking like they're in the best position right now, but at the same time, Era is still farming up, and you can never doubt the power of Farm Phantom Lancer to just carry an entire game. So this will be really interesting. Gyro is one of the better heroes to deal with him, though, because people are like, oh, just get Cleave, but Cleave doesn't tend to work so well because you can just spread out the illusions or have them in multiple places. However, the fact that the Gyro flat cannon hits in 1,000 radius, typically all the illusions are going to be somewhere around that, especially if they're focusing the gyrocopter. So you can end up doing getting rid of a lot of the illusions very quickly. So they're just going to go ahead and take this tower, relative ease.
The Radiant lost.
Meanwhile, Strixie's doing the best he can. Oh, Phantom Lancer actually ends up killing off the Batrider. That's a really big kill. So yeah, well played by Era there. I mean, that Batrider is like pretty fat, and Gyro managed to kill the Broodmother. Not terrible, not that surprising. Gyro actually going for an extremely fast Helm of the Dominator. Realizing that if you can just stay in the lane forever, then there is nothing that Broodmother is going to be able to do. Because the thing is, Broodmother needs a 1v1 where she can eventually bully somebody out of the lane, and then just has the lane control for pretty much an indefinite period of time. But if you go,
tower's coming apart.
But if you go for something with like a lot of lifesteal, then that Broodmother is just going to have a very sad time because she won't be able to do nearly as much as she'd want to. Ani looking still about 1k off from his Blink Dagger, so not having the best time in the entire world. Think about this time last game, he was already his Arcanes and his Blink, and he was on off lane. But yeah. It wasn't a once again, they had a much more gank heavy lineup last time. This is a much more passive lineup, and honestly, it's not nearly as defensive as it needs to be for passive. I mean, this Phantom Lancer is just gonna be fine. He's got the Coddle and the Shadow Demon, both gonna help him out quite a bit. He's never gonna die. However, Trixie is completely on his own, and Call Down gonna kill all the babies. And probably gonna kill Trixie too, but they don't actually have a ward, so never mind. But gonna kill all the babies. And now Trixie just gonna need farm up. I mean, this is Trixie's job now. It's just farm the video game. And I'm sorry, I missed the kill on the Phantom Lancer on top. As I was just like, you know, he's just fine. He's great. He's just perfect. I'm just like, nope, just fine. Lasso out on Shadow Demon, so can't disrupt. And tries to disrupt at the last second, but still dies. Hani, what are you doing? Just goes in, gets the stun off on Spilvic, and gets the kill. There's a human cell on the crowd. Looks pretty. Ooh, Blink Dagger, misplay by TMW, manages and gets killed because of it. Prophet actually canceled his TP a little while ago, and could have easily been initiated upon by the Dream Coil if it had been more in this area. If it, I can't draw because I'm not a caster, technically in the client, but if it had been in this area, it would have also cut out the Prophet, and so the Prophet would have been taking much more damage than he already was. Prophet still doesn't have boots, by the way. He's just going straight Midas Shadow Blade. Doesn't even care. He's just like, you know what? I have one purpose, and that's split push. Guess what? You don't need to do split push. Just run fast. 'Cause I can just TP onto the creeps. Trixie sending his babies into the jungle. Just once again, trying to get whatever experience he can. Doesn't have a soul ring. I think he's trying to go for an orchid. This game. And I feel like Marco Rubio right now, just constantly like, and then he needs to get another drink of water. Ooh, nice disruption. Dodges out the magic missile, but at the same time, he's just gonna end up getting lassoed, and then that's another kill for TMW. Era just kind of looking very intimidatingly at them. Hani TP's in, gets the Dream Coil out on Smilvik, however, ends up dying. I was gonna say, but ends up TPing out, but ends up dying to the Phantom Lancer illusion. Meanwhile, Call Down goes down, doesn't hit on anything. However, Fly is just gonna die, and I believe that is a gem that was just dropped. Oh wow! So that's a huge pickup, and I dare say blunder by unless that was. No, it couldn't have been VS's gem. I think that was Fly's gem. That would make sense. He's got 49 last hits and not really any items. Yeah, I think because he was just going around dewarding to make sure that this side of the map was
Dyer's mid tower
as safe as possible. But now they've got a gem for killing the Trixie. So kind of counterintuitive, or not counterintuitive, but double-edged sword.
Can't do nothing about Dyer's structures.
I should just give it to Illidan. Just make it so he has the easiest time ever down in the spot lane.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Anyways, the scoreboard is 8-4. This is the
top tower.
most absurd one-sided game of all time. And let's check the golden EXP. So EXP, Radiant's of about 4K. It's quite a bit for this early on in the game. And it just comes from the fact that they've just been outlaning Fnatic. These are both teams that really need to have a good early game, and if they get whoever really got the best early game was going to win this game. And honestly, Fnatic just got a much better early game. Meanwhile, actually, PL gets killed down on the gyrocopter, and I believe that no, just got a casual vid booster. I was gonna say that probably would have been enough for his defusal if he had not gone for the vitality booster. But I think he wanted to be a little bit more active earlier on, so he decided to go for the vitality booster, and that's fair enough. Meanwhile, T2 is gonna get pushed mid, and I'm not sure that. I mean, what's Fnatic gonna do about it? They're just gonna shoot the glitched out horse season out, but that's not going to stop an edict. And now they're going to, I think they're going to go and try and gank up, they should try and gank up the Phantom Lancer while they have the thingamajigger, but no, they're just going to port Era down to the middle lane, just so they can farm a little bit more comfortable area. Not having to worry about, like 8 people from Radiant that just charged into their forest. Anyways, KSI just gonna do a little counting pushing while Trixie farms up the jungle as best as he can. We're just gonna go for it. Pretty sure that's gonna be an orchid. The fact that he saved up 2K. Unless he's going for Radiance, which would be awesome. I haven't seen that since forever. You just kind of like, oh no, he puzzles all right. But yeah, there's like just a little dewarding going on here. Era got 100 gold off from his defusal, I believe. It's 700 gold recipe. I'm gonna check it just so it's like an 8. It's 850. So see, I'm not an idiot. 200 gold off from his defusal. Meanwhile, VP is just going to go ahead and push out the top lane. And honestly, VP's just doing a great job this game, especially coming back from the last two. They're like, the last two games before this, they were playing more defensive style, like this really greedy, like, alright, if we get farm on literally every single one of these heroes, we will win the game past 30 minutes. And even if we only get farm on 2 of our heroes, we'll still win the game past 35 minutes. Oh, actually, Purge goes out on Spillvik. Spillvik just not having the greatest time right now, just constantly getting focused out, and just gonna get killed off by this Phantom Lancer.
Somebody's on a roll.
And that's his, that is his killing spree. He's gonna be able to get in range, gets the lance off, and yeah, that's a double kill for Era, and that's his defusal. So he's just getting closer and closer to heart. But meanwhile, VP is just gonna go ahead and take Roche. So even though this is great, they get 2 kills on 2 of the supports, they're gonna lose out of Roche on a which will probably be going to the now BKB'd up gyrocopter. So
Didn't make it.
where?
Roche is
I didn't know it was that.
courtesy of the Reidy.
Yeah, so the Dire Courier went down. 7th game in a row. Don't know how. Don't know where. But it did. Let's see if I can search out for it. We have a little bit of downtime anyways. Just while teams are farming up. Check the goal graph. Just kind of getting out of control for the Radiant. It's so sad to see because there is a good chance Eric can still come back if he gets a heart. So 2800 off from heart. If he gets a heart up, then those illusions will just be tearing through the entire VP side. But at the same time, this Gyro just he has so much money. 2400 gold and an Aegis. Let's see if it's. Yeah, I was gonna say probably gonna go for an MKB. So get the Demon Edge right off the bat. Meanwhile, Puck. Oh, sorry, huge engagement down over here. Lasso gonna go off, and yeah, that's 3 kills. The gem was there from the Bat Rider, so they could see the Phantom Lancer. KSI, TP's in, Spillvik, and just sets up for everything. The only downside is that the Shrek died, but when you're trading the Shrek for Shadow Demon and Phantom Lancer and Puck, it's a pretty good trade, not gonna lie. And it looks like this outer T2 is gonna go down now.
The Dire might want to mine the top tower.
Oh, that's first timer.
Dire's top
I
tower.
think that was curious. But yeah, it's the T2.
Dire's top tower's
It's
gone.
gonna go down now. Trixie still hasn't. I mean, it's 21 minutes in, and Trixie hasn't managed to get the bot T1 or bot T2, and now it's the Trixie. As you can follow where the Edict has him go. Actually, Hani with BTs. All right. Gonna go ahead and do what he can. Go ahead and kill this silly person. But KSI with the Orchid just gonna go on in and actually just run away. So kills off the Shrek. Dire Courier respawn. Good for it. Let's see. Got a lasso coming in onto the Puck, and that is dead Puck. I don't know why Puck went BTs. I really don't. He is only 600 off from his blink, but still, at the same time, we have another kill off on the Keeper of the Light. I believe that H Prophet was going to try and go for the Courier kill again, but ended up just killing off the Keeper of the Light instead. Because I know the Keeper of the Light had stuff coming on the board. So yeah. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong exploit thing with the trigger. But not too much of a concern for you guys. Anyways, I've got Illidan Storm Rage just going ahead and banging away at the T3 pit. And there's really not much at all that Fnatic can do about this. I mean, if there's now back up alive, Puck's here, but that's just a ton of damage done. But still, tower does fall. I mean, this is the problem with Broodmother. She just doesn't offer you anything anymore. Like, for a while, she was a good hero. For a while, she was a good pick. But now, unless you're running an aggressive tri-lane, and use her as a safe lane hero, with guarantee to make sure that you win the lane. Even then, you don't win the lane all the time. Most of the time, it's just like, you actually get farm up on her. But Broodmother does need farm. And just having this, like, yeah, because she needs a BKB. But having 23 minutes, having only a Vlad's and a Soul Ring, and a quarter of a BKB, just isn't going to cut it. Not going to cut it. TMW, just going to get purged up, and going to get the Dream coiled on, but it's just going to still go down regardless, and they should, yep, get the gem back. Batrider buys back into the game. Illidan Storm Rage is going to go ahead and try and tear apart every single one, and he's just going to focus on no talents. That's where you get 1 point in the rocket! I get it, you have a lot of points and stats. You already have 8 points in stats at the whole 16. But 1 point in rocket would have just guaranteed that kill.
Bottom tower seen better days.
So really well played by No Tail, just realizing, wait, you don't have rocket on here. So yeah, they're just gonna keep screwing with this push. But the thing is, that's the Rex. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. They're just getting pretty much just outdrafted, really. They needed to either pick or ban the Shadow Demon. Right, no, yeah, they need to either pick or ban the Shadow Demon. So the Shadow Demon was necessary. And the Puck they thought would do much better against the Batrider, which he just ended up not doing. And then their offlane pick was just awful. I'm sorry, I keep coming back to this, but literally it just hasn't done anything for them. Oh great, they have a Vlad's now at 25 minutes. That's fantastic. Oh wait, it dies halfway through the fight. It's just depressing. I mean, Aaron now at least has his Mantis style up, so he's able to get a ton of illusions out. But the thing is, Gyrocopter just 3-shots them all. They take, I believe, illusions take 50% bonus damage, right? Or they take 3 times damage, and the Juxtapose take even more, right? So, Flat Cannon currently hits with an MKB, 250 per. So yeah, he just kills all the illusions every time, and he gets Batrider gets purged up. No disruption going down. Oh yeah, there's the disruption onto the Spider-Man. VP gonna get just kind of gonna start cleaning up kills, to be perfectly frank. Kill on the Shadow Demon, kill on the Broodmother. TMW just having a much better game, has the gem back again. Fly just gonna get flame broken out and stunned in 1 second. Stun him now, and poked by KSI to death. Era actually gonna get the kill on Smelville. I can't say his name quickly. And then just going to chase TMW as he runs away. But Illidan Storm Rage just gonna do tons and tons of damage to that Rax. This is now going to be a double Rax for VP, and it looks like they're going to be the champions of your Defense 3. But Fnatic, not wanting to call GG just yet. Not going to want to call GG just yet. Even though the chance of coming back from double raxing, I believe, is something like 0.5%. 0.5% of pro games come back from double raxing with a win for the people who get double raxed. But, I mean, gotta keep hope, man. This is for the first place of the defense. This is a big title. I think the defense was the first major Dota 2 tournament that was out there. It's now his 3rd season, so. You know, big stuff. Fatal Lancer does have a good way It's only 1,200 off from his heart now, or 1,000 off from his heart. So give him just like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll have his heart. Or give him, yeah, let's say 2 minutes. Give him his heart. But Illidan, meanwhile, could even start building towards that Divine Rapier, just for the silliness, but also because I want to see this. I want to see a comeback. I want to see Fnatic take this. I think it would be really, really cool. But looks like Era might be getting caught out here. Oh, look like it. Where is he? Oh, Batrider's coming in. Ooh, this is not good. Flame Break out, interrupts the TP. Era is the deadest of all the human beings that has ever lived. And, yep. So that is a dead Phantom Lancer. The Maelstrom, or the Mjolnir, actually picking up the kill from the Nature's Prophet. Meanwhile, Smilovic is in the completely wrong place and will probably be taken out very shortly, if not, yep, right now. So, that is, as they call it, dead. The deadest of all the dead suspension spirits. Who also needs a background color for her? Portrait. It's kind of annoying. Anyways. This is going to be the other Rex now. Now it's 2 full Rexings. Meanwhile, KSI is pushing in on the top lane, just doing whatever he can. Which, given he is a prophet, is quite a lot. And so now I believe this is the second rush, yeah, not the third rush yet, just yet. But yeah, they're going to go ahead and take rush now, which will work out in their favor, and will probably make it so that they can take the third Rax, and thus, most likely, the game. Actually, Illidan's going to be going for the heart, just like to make sure there's no way in hell. Anyways, sorry, I just /P /O is. Spider's doing their best to push out the top lane, but they only do 18 damage. Like, and they give you so much gold now. Like, it's just silly. Why would you pick that hero?
Uprooted after them.
Regardless, though, they have the mech up. They have all the damage items they could ever want on a prophet. VS even has managed to farm up a Yasha, and Batrider has what every Batrider wants: Blink Force, and now BTs in addition to all that. But I mean, they can turtle for a while. Fly is playing a Keeper of the Light, and Keeper of the Light is good at doing said turtlage. But I mean, this Phantom Lancer just needs his heart. It's gonna be their I wouldn't say they're one salvation, but they're one source of hope in this game. Is a red-breasted Phantom Lancer, one whose breasts are red with the color of the heart. So yeah, this is as they call it, the siege. They're just going to keep making treants, they're going to keep poking at the tower, and the fact that that Gyrocopter does 1,000,000 damage is going to only benefit them. And he goes ahead, pops the BKB, just going to go ahead and go to town on that on that tower with the flat cannon. Managed to pick off the Shadow Demon without even trying. Puck gets a three-person Dream Coil. Eliminate goes off, but doesn't do nearly enough damage as they needed to. That Gyrocopter just cleaning house, along with the Prophet, who ends up dying, but just instantaneously buys back. And this will be mega creeps. I had really hoped that maybe there could have been some form of comeback, but GG, well played, comes out from Fnatic. That makes Virtuous Pro your Defense 3 champions. Congratulations to Virtuous Pro. Their first 2 games were very solid, but then Fnatic, I have to say, did an amazing job in game 2 and 3, or game 3 and 4. I apologize. And anyways, so that's the end of this series. Congratulations once again to VP, and that's Gerald there, and yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. My name once again is Ditone. I'm a new timecaster. I'm just trying to get as much casting experience as I can. So I'll be around. You can check out my stream, twitch.tv/XCSDitone, my Twitter, twitter.com/Ditone, or my YouTube, youtube.com/Ditone DotA. My YouTube, you'll be able to find all the VODs, and then on my Twitch channel, you'll be able to also see all the VODs. Just not as nearly as clean and cut up as on YouTube. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and congratulations once again to Virtuous Pro. Ooh, and one final shout out. This goes out to joindota.com for hosting this tournament, W1, and all those wonderful people over there. Ham Sandwich, Syndrome for co-casting with Toby, and also Holy Master just for putting on an amazing tournament overall. Thank you so much, and yeah. Anyways, have a nice day.